Earlier, before when it was showing the cards, it mentioned something about experiencing Inquisition again with the impacts I would get from the Dragon Age keep thing. I just wanted to say as well, due to that, I have fully finished playing Origins on the PS3. I played it the first time and I didn't exactly get the ending that I wanted. So then I replayed it to get the right outcome that I wanted, which was obviously romance Liliana, but she is hardened while you're married to Alistair, and it worked on my second attempt. So now I know what to do. Eventually, once I can find a way to record on the PS3, I'll have to make the same choices, and voila, we're there. Finally got my first PS3 recording of Dragon Age Origins. And befitting that my first PS3 would be Dragon Age. Origins, sorry, I should say. I started playing the DLCs now, so obviously it's just playing them, then on the way to Dragon Age 2. But apart from that, welcome back to another video of Dragon Age Inquisition. If you haven't seen the previous videos that know with us, recommend you watch them before watching this one. Link below. As I mentioned, the Dragon Age Origins, the Dragon Age 2, along with my second walkthrough of Inquisition with the decision impacts from Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. And obviously, future reference, Dragon Age the Veil Guards, which is Dragon Age 4. Link below as well would be other games created by BioWare and EA, such as the Mass Effect trilogy games, and obviously any other type of game I have made by them. And similar fantasy kind of game to Dragon Age will be linked below. Not gonna go into details of what kind of fantasy game, just gonna say fantasy will be linked below. And I just want to say too, before we go on, last week I have started doing a sort of volunteering job thing. And if any of you are Australians and you're on the Centrelink thing, and you have a job provider or anything like that, the ones I'm with told me I had to do volunteering thing for 8 weeks, and last week I started. And obviously, I do my videos ahead of schedule, so obviously I couldn't say them in this one, so I'm mostly going to say in this one. So obviously, this is my second week of doing it, and I'm doing there for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. So obviously, I'm still doing my original planned out videos, obviously every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Still doing them. Obviously, if anything changes, there will be a day when one of those days nothing will be uploaded. But apart from that, yeah, that's all I just want to say. That obviously last week started doing a volunteering thing they're gonna have to do for the next 8 weeks. That won't exactly impact my time as a YouTuber. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, so obviously, let's continue on with the game. Oh yeah, and obviously, since you can see Here Lies the Abyss is highlighted, obviously means we are starting the mission where it involves Hawk and the Grey Wardens. But I may have forgotten who is the Grey Warden you meet up with, because people need to remember that this is the default story, and I recently found out that in the default story of Dragon Age, you get a male Hawk, and I don't know what fighting style he is yet, because we haven't seen him in action yet. The Grey Warden of Origins was actually a MILF, a female elf. But I don't remember if it specifically said what Origins background though, because obviously if you play it as an elf, you get either a highborn elf or a lowborn elf story. One of those two. And I think in one of them it involves a marriage gone wrong or something. I don't really remember. But other than that, that's obviously the default story. That the Grey Warden in the game, the default story, is female elf, and obviously, since they've spoken to her about like she's already dead, obviously in the default story, you don't make the deal with Morrigan about the whole dark ritual thing. So obviously it means that when we eventually meet Morrigan in the which one is it? This one, Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts, we will meet her son. And I have seen what happens when you get to the well part and you eventually meet Flemeth, both with the son and not with the son. I've seen both parts. So obviously we're getting the one that does not involve a son. But obviously, once we redo this, it'll obviously be with the son. And obviously, you know, that I just want to say that obviously here we're starting the Hawks and the Grey Warden's story. And then obviously, once we're done with that, we could either start with this one where we supposedly have to either have to save or kill Empress Celine. I don't really know how you do that because I mainly skipped this whole part, so I'll have to figure it out on my own. And always, as I said again, once I'm finished with this one, we go to this one, or we could start one of the DLCs. And I don't see the Jaws of Hakon one for some reason. But anyway, we could either start the Descent DLC where they go to Deep Roads, or the ones I said, the Jaws of Hakon DLC. And obviously, you know, the Descent. Oh fuck. Forgot that DLC. Crap. The ending of the DLC where you meet Solus when you find out he's Van Harel. Oh, whatever that DLC is called. Obviously, that's for the end of the game. So obviously, as I said again, once we're done with this one, most likely start the Descent, then go to this one, and then who the hell knows? who really knows? So again, that's the plan going forwards.
All right.
Inquisitor.
At your service.
Good to see you safe, Inquisitor. But we've got trouble ahead.
Are the Red Templars here?
There's a few up in the hills, but for once, they're not our biggest problem.
What is?
Crestwood was the site of a flood 10 years ago during the Blight. It's not the only rift in the area, but after it appeared, corpses started walking out of the lake. You'll have to fight through them to get to the cave where Sir Hawke's Grey Warden friend is hiding.
Have any undead attacked the camp?
We've had a few shamblers, but most head toward the village below. Maybe someone in Crestwood can tell you how to get to the rift in the lake. Maker knows they'll want help. Good luck. And please be safe.
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
This could help us. Inquisitor, I've something for you.
What is it?
This could help us. Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
What is it?
You may want to look into this. Dispatch for you.
What is it?
You may want to look into this. This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
There must be a way to get to the rift in the lake.
Does that rift mean water is pouring into the Fade right now?
Maybe the locals will lend us a boat.
Great Wardens, thank you for your aid, Inquisitor.
What are you doing in Crestwood?
A warden named Stroud is wanted for questioning. We heard he'd passed through here, but the villagers knew nothing. They have troubles enough.
What have you been told about this rogue warden?
Warden Commander Clarell ordered his capture. I can say no more than that. I hope Sir Stroud comes with us peacefully. I trained under him for a time. He's a good man, I'm sure of that.
Will you stay to fight the undead here?
My orders forbid it. Crestwood was only a detour. Is that all the aid we can offer these people? If the Inquisition can help, I beg you to do what you can. The villagers have already lost too many.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Sir, are you sure we can't help the village?
Our orders are clear. If we can't find Warden Stroud, we return to the commander with all haste.
Still don't feel right.
I know, but if I judge our orders rightly, harder decision to wait.
None of those wardens mentioned a new leader. I don't think they're part of Corypheus's plot to seize the Order.
Or some of the best liars I've ever seen. No, you're right. They're probably clueless.
I hope Hawke's warden friend has answers for us.
I remember reading when I was getting into Inquisition, around the year it came out, when it was revealed that the warden that helps you will either get to be either Logain, Alistair, or Stroud. I remember a lot of people were wondering, like, what about the warden commander, or the character you play in Origins? Where's she? Where's him? And then obviously, you know, I didn't know who they were talking about. But obviously later on, you know, I found out who it was. And it's got me wondering, you know, why couldn't they bother adding the warden commander as the mysterious warden you meet? The only difference you have to do with her or him is that you just add a voice actor. That's all you have to do.
fort looks occupied.
Archers on the ramparts. Good defenses. They'll be hard to pry out.
The damage to the Vale affects all of southern Thedas, perhaps even all the world.
This would work for a camp.
Inquisitor. Dispatch for you.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile. if you have a moment.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
The damage to the Veil affects all of southern Thedas. Perhaps even all the world. Hawk's Grey Warden ally should be inside that cave.
You chose a bad time to come knocking. Between the corpses and the wyvern, nothing here is safe. And what I wouldn't give to get my hands on that animal. Do you farm out there? The name's Judith. I farm and I mend things for the village and people passing through. I did a fair trade with traveling merchants before the undead started attacking. And those bandits. Not to mention that dragon.
Seriously, why does anyone live out here?
Oh, you know, the fishing's grand.
Oh, come on. Oh, not another dragon. Oh.
What do you know about the dragon? She moved in a month ago. The guards tried to run her off, but she snapped one's head off and she flew away. Poor Hamold. At least it was quick. Since then, she's eaten 3 horses, 5 goats, and 2 cats. There's a wyvern causing trouble. It used to hunt in the mountains. Didn't bother anyone but the bandits. Lately, the beast got it in his head to come down here. It almost crippled Gauld's little boy. Best someone kill it. I hope I get my hands on the liver. It makes a poison that kills rats like nothing. Until later. Be safe.
Okay, literally, when you see that, that is literally the most obvious thing in the world to tell you that the dragon is going to be there. It's literally the most obvious thing in the world.
Skyhold. How did you find it? Now you sound like coal.
This world is full of wonders for those who seek them.
Well, the good news is that we found the dragon, and other good news is that the dragon is actually asleep. Is this the first time we've actually found a dragon sleeping and not flying around? That's a first.
Is it true that Kirkwall's Knight Commander became a statue?
Absolutely true. She's still there, bringing an extra dose of horror to Gallows tourists.
No one's moved it. I mean, her.
And make it impossible for children to play Who's Brave Enough to Poke Meredith.
They don't actually do that, do they?
No, no one's brave enough to poke Meredith.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
What is it?
This could help us. Dispatch for you.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
Need anything?
Nothing to report, sir. This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
Could prove useful. Word for you.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
Glad you made it. I just got here myself. My contact with the wardens should be at the back of the cave.
A group of wardens were protecting a villager from corpses out near Crestwood.
They were likely hunting my friend. I'm glad they didn't come looking for people to help in here. They might well be good men, but they've been given bad orders.
You know, back to what I was saying about, you know, they could have just had the warden commander, your warden that you played as Origins, whether it's male, female, elf, mage, human, whatever. You know, obviously when you play it, she doesn't really, your character doesn't really speak, it just says a few words and grunts. And obviously, you know, if you were to put the warden commander in this game, and including the second game where you meet Alistair 4 or 5 years into the game, supposedly like it's supposed to be like 4 or 5 years into the game or something. You know, when you meet King Alistair, you know, if they didn't want, if they had in their own minds to give a voice actor to your warden commander, they literally could have put her or him right there, along with the part to where the wardens go there for their little battle that were happening. Instead of having, you know, Stroud, Alistair, Logan, you could literally put the warden commander right there. And not too much of a bother for them to put the character back and give her or him some voice lines.
Let's go.
It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
My name is Stroud, and I'm at your service, Inquisitor.
Most of you wardens disappear. Then I run into a Darkspawn Magister named Corypheus. Do you think that one might have something to do with the other?
I fear it is so. When my friend Hawk slew Corypheus, Weishaupt was happy to put the matter to rest. But an archdemon can survive wounds that seem fatal, and I feared Corypheus might possess the same power. My investigation uncovered clues, but no proof. Then, not long after, every warden in Orlais began to hear the calling.
Maker, why didn't you tell me?
It was a Grey Warden matter. I was bound by an oath of secrecy.
I don't remember much on Default Hawk's story, but if if my memory is correct, on all the videos I've seen, from his interaction, or his reaction to that, it must mean that because he's a mage, one, that means that he has this brother. And I think I remember wondering if I had no idea how that worked, and it's quite simple really, that the sister, Bethany, is always a mage. If your hawk is a warrior or a rogue, you get your sister Bethany. But if your hawk is a mage, then you get your brother, Carver, and obviously Bethany will be the one that dies at the hands of the ogre. Which is really stupid. It really doesn't make any sense if you ask me. But I don't make the rules. They did it, and by their logic, it happens like that. So who really knows? But anyway, from his reaction, it looks like Carver is obviously Carver, and he's a Grey Warden, which means that in the expedition mission, he default Hawk story to Carver and Anders with him. Because if you don't take Anders, he won't lead you to the Warden saving Bethany / Carver's life. However, if you don't bring Anders, you know, they die. Or if you don't, they get taken to the Templars or the Circle of Magi. So based from this reaction, Carver is a Grey Warden. If my memory is correct too, they say after what happens in Dragon Age 2, obviously, Carver and Bethany stays with the Wardens, and they go to Orlais, pretty much. So I think that's how it goes for the default story. If not, then hopefully when it goes to the menu stuff, it'll explain.
Is the calling some sort of Grey Warden ritual?
The calling tells a warden that the Blight will soon claim him. Starts with dreams. Then come whispers in his head. The warden says his farewells and goes to the deep roads to meet his death in combat.
And every Grey Warden in Orlais is hearing that right now. They think they're dying.
Yes. Likely because of Corypheus. If the Wardens fall, who will stand against the next Blight? It is our greatest fear.
So Corypheus isn't controlling them. He's bluffing them with this calling. And they're falling for it.
Is the calling they're hearing real, or is Corypheus mimicking it somehow?
I know not. Even as a senior warden, I had heard only the vaguest whispers of Corypheus. The Wardens believe that this calling is real, and they will act accordingly. That is all we know for certain.
You said all the Wardens are hearing the calling. Does that include you? And also you, Blackwall?
Sadly, yes. It lurks like a wolf in the shadows around a campfire. The creature that makes this music has never known the love of the Maker, but at times, I almost understand it. We must uncover what Corypheus has done and end it. This cannot stand.
I do not fear the calling. And worrying about it only gives it power. Anything Corypheus does will only strengthen my resolve.
How can Corypheus make all these Wardens hear the calling?
I cannot say. We know little about him, save that he is dangerous. He is a Magister, as well as a Darkspawn, and speaks with the voice of the Blight. That lets him affect the minds of Wardens, since we are tied to the Blight ourselves. It must be how he created this false calling.
So the Wardens think they're dying and have stopped thinking clearly. That won't go well.
We are the only ones who can slay archdemons. Without us, the next Blight will consume the world. Warden Commander Clarel spoke of a blood magic ritual to prevent future Blights before we all perished. When I protested the plan as madness, my own comrades turned on me. Grey Wardens are gathering here, in the western approach. It is an ancient Tevinter ritual tower. Meet me there, and we will find answers.
Let's go.
I heard what he said. Hopefully we'll find some answers in the western approach. Though I fear what those answers will be. I've seen too much blood magic to ever trust where it leads.
Let's go.
Nothing to report, sir.
Undead by the gates.
Ready when you are.
Thanks for your help, but I fear we haven't seen the end of these creatures. How many did we lose? No one this time. Did you see? The corpses are coming from where old Crestwood used to be. The amount of people we lost back during the Blight. I'm not surprised. A moment, Your Worship. I tell you, I swear, Nicholas is still around his neck.
Why doesn't Judith live in the village while this is going on? Make her, if something happens.
I've met Judith. She seems well.
She does. Thank you for telling me. Did she, say anything about me? No, never mind. Forget I said anything, please.
Place to stay tonight.
Harvest would be poor. It's not safe to leave
Oh, the corpse is still out there.
Please! May I use your assistance?
The Inquisitor? Oh, Mayor Dedrick of Crestwood Village. At your service, despite everything. Are you here to stop the undead?
We will, right? I mean, these people are terrified.
The undead are appearing because of a rift in the Fade. How can I get to it?
The light in the lake? It's coming from the caves below Old Crestwood. Darkspawn flooded it 10 years ago during the Blight. Wiped out the village, killing the refugees we took in.
I saw a dam. If we use it to drain the lake, I can get to that Fade rift.
Drain the... There must be some other way.
Your people are frightened, and they're tired. Let us help.
You'd have to evict the bandits in the old fort to use the dam. I can't ask you to risk your life.
Trust me, I fought worse than bandits and the undead.
Then I have no choice. This key unlocks the gate to the dam controls past the fort. The rift must be in the caves under Old Crestwood. But, Inquisitor, I would not linger there.
Tell me about your village.
It's seen happier days. We farm what we can, trade with the merchants who travel the King's Road. We only want peace, your worship. It's all we've ever wanted.
What can you tell me about the bandits camped in the fort?
The highwaymen, thugs and thieves. They make a living raiding caravans on the King's Road. When the dead rose from the lake, the bandits killed the old gamekeeper of the fort and took it for themselves. We could have saved people if we'd been able to hide there instead of in our homes.
I'm surprised a town as small as Crestwood outlasted the Blight.
It was a close thing. The Darkspawn followed a band of refugees running from the Blight. Some of the refugees were... they were very ill. But we took them in. They perished when the Darkspawn flooded Old Crestwood.
How did Darkspawn manage that?
They found the dam's controls, wrecked them. All I remember is the refugees and villagers screaming as they drowned. And now, they return to us.
Until later.
Of course.
Did you see how the Grey Warden saved me from those corpses? They're amazing. I'm going to see if they're looking for recruits.
I can understand how someone might want to join the Wardens.
You're the Inquisitor. But yes, the Wardens are heroes. They saved me from those demons, your worship. With all that's happening, I'd like to help people the same way.
Grey Warden or no, the world needs more people with your courage.
Wardens will do anything to stop the blood. There is much to admire in that commitment, but much to be wary of as well.
Listen to him. Joining the Wardens isn't the best idea right now.
Yes, your worship. I'm sure there's something else I can do to help. I swear I'll avoid the Wardens, Inquisitor. Thank you for the warning.
You honor us, Inquisitor. I am Sister Vaughn. Does the mayor finally plan to drain the lake? I must find someone to retrieve the remains of those lost there.
Have I interrupted a funeral service?
We lost many friends in the first attack. There will be endless time to mourn. The fear is how many more will be added to the pyre.
You want to exhume the corpses at the bottom of the lake?
They were the Maker's children. Their earthly bodies deserve better than abandonment in a mire. A funeral service will help put living minds at ease.
What did you mean by finally drain the lake?
The undead returned, only after the light in the lake appeared. If we want to stop them, we must investigate. But the mayor sent no one at all. I fear he thinks that emptying the waters would unleash even more monsters on us.
Until later.
Farewell.
do you like being described? As grizzled or masculine?
Do I really have a choice?
No, I was just being polite. Going with grizzled, then?
Damn it!
Blackwall needs help!
Ah, I get it. So it's a mage sword, pretty much. How mages have staff for them to use. This is pretty much a magical mage sword for them. That's cool. Shame the point is really low, but still, hope we can find more of these.
I heard you in the training yard this morning.
Oh, I was running new recruits through some drills. Should I be quieter next time?
No, it's fine. Children don't learn unless you shout at them.
That's all of them.
It'd be a shame to let this place go empty. The Inquisition could make good use of it.
We should drain the lake. The mayor said the dam controls were through the fort.
Welcome, Inquisitor. My name is Charter. Leliana's eyes and ears, especially in this place. I'll have some information for you once my man Butcher finds us. He's running late.
Did Sister Nightingale tell you why she wanted agents here?
We lie on the main road between Denerim and Valroyaux. Couriers stop here all the time. For what they're paid, some have surprisingly loose tongues.
What's happening in Crestwood?
The roads are nearly deserted. Too many undead keep rising from the lake.
When's the spy named Butcher supposed to arrive?
Half hour ago, by the south gate. I hope he's only delayed. Butcher's last message swore he had secrets for us worth 10 times his weight in gold.
I should be going.
Farewell.
Reinforcements!
Red Templars. They will show no mercy. We must do the same.
Our patrols have spotted Red Templars up in the hills, Inquisitor. They're studying a set of elven ruins. Why, we're not sure.
I found Butcher's corpse by the South Road. Red Templars ambushed me afterward.
Only our highest operatives knew he was coming tonight. I must inform Sister Nightingale we have a traitor.
What's happening in Crestwood?
The roads are nearly deserted. Too many undead keep rising from the lake.
I should be going.
Another time.
Miller got caught in Valshavan.
No.
She fooled them into thinking she's from the court in Valrior. They'll treat her well. For a while.
It's our fault for sending her out without a partner.
Are you saying one of our spies is compromised?
Yes, Inquisitor. Miller was captured in Valshavan.
She was after valuable information. Perhaps arrangements could be made to bring her back.
Farewell.
Is he here? Butcher left us.
Lucky a passing spirit didn't stroll off with his corpse. Butcher would have thought it was funny.
Someone needs to deal with the last of Crestwood's highwaymen.
Who has time?
If we clear the bandits out, more travelers. More travelers. More news for the night.
Good point, but I've got a code to unscramble if you want to know who killed Comte Bayeux last week.
Are the highwaymen still in Crestwood?
Yes, Your Worship. Now that their fort is gone, the bandits are ambushing travelers.
Crestwood won't stop them either. The town's still reeling from the undead.
spoke of seeing death and destruction. Did you fight in a war?
There are struggles across Thedas at any given time. I doubt you would have heard of it.
An elven skirmish?
In a manner of speaking. And you?
I was a soldier, and well, you know how it is.
I do indeed.
Yeah, since we know that Here Lies the Abyss is a pretty big mission going to take you to multiple areas, from Ferelden to Orlais, Ferelden, Orlais back again, and stuff on. Not to mention taking us to new areas that we haven't been to yet, like this place obviously. We're going to stop here, so obviously the next time we come back, we'll obviously deal with a wormhole. Pretty sure I remember a clip where we do fight the dragon in here. Still remember how. Wait, where is it? Here. I remember reading somewhere or seeing videos that you do fight the dragon. And however that happens. And do all this in here. And then obviously continue on with our quest, going to wherever it is we need to go. Where do we need to go anyway? Back to Skyhole, then do whatever it is we need to do from there. Other than that, we'll stop here. We'll be back with this again another time. And as always, leave a like and comments.